Hello darling hearts, it's Gaps Coach Emma here. Just been on my dog walk, thought I'd come and give you a warts and all. I've got no makeup on, I've just woken up. It's May Day. Why do they say Mayday, Mayday? Why is that a distress call? May is the most beautiful month. And I made myself a little crown of hawthorn to remind myself that I am sovereign and I make the choices and I choose vitality, health, wealth, happiness, to breathe deeply and to relax. And I got some funny looks from dog walkers because I was using my jaw exercise. I don't want to get that flabby bit under there, do you know what I mean? So it's an excellent little tool for just exercising your face. Yeah, I thought I'd show you this is my face with no makeup on, and I'm 54, and I don't think I'm looking too bad. Although I have had a couple of little like white, little hard white calcium spots. Sometimes people get them on their upper arms. And I sometimes get them on my face, especially here, around my third eye, which I'm a little bit perturbed about. Anyway, I've worked out what it is, and it's calcium oxalate. So that is the form of calcium that is in spinach that Popeye was saying, you know, Popeye the Sailor Man, get your spinach, you know, but actually that form of calcium is not bioavailable to us. And all it does is dose us with oxalate crystals, which then the body has to detoxify from. So when they say calcium, spinach contains so many milligrams of calcium, you'll be getting your minerals. You'll be getting your minerals in the form of calcium oxalate, which is not bioavailable and actually toxic. So watch out. I don't bother with spinach anymore, but I'm still dumping these oxalate crystals, which we get from potatoes, from peanuts, from potatoes, peanuts, spinach, chocolate. Chocolate is quite a big offender. I'm like, hi, Esther. And now, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, yeah, warts and all. So look, I don't know if you see there, I've got a tiny little scar on my face. So I wanted to tell you about how I got my scar. It was from a scythe. So I was teaching a young man how to use a scythe on our small holding. And he was part of a home ed group. And his scythe so scythes are, you know, like what the Grim Reaper holds. It's a blade about so long on a big stick, and you hold it down low like an ironing the grass, and it slices the grass, and you can reap your corn if that's what you want to grow. You can cut grass around the trees. You can harvest grass to then feed to your goats or whatever, you know. It's a really, really useful tool, and I've been using one for about 10 years now, and I love my scythe. But I was teaching this young man to use it, and it got tangled up in some bindweed. And I was behind him, which is where you should be when someone's using a scythe, and he got it tangled. I was behind him. I was gathering some of the stuff we'd cut, and as I stood up behind him and as he pulled the scythe to free it from the bindweed, bang, the two of us met. His scythe came up over his shoulder. I was behind him. I stood up into it like that. Bang! I got the point of the scythe on my skull. It rang like a bell, and I hit the deck like this, thinking, oh no, I've died. I'm dead. I've been hit in the face and it decked me. A scythe hit me, you know. It literally went boing it rang in my ears, and I was sort of semi-conscious on the grass, just with my eyes closed, thinking, what's happened? Anyway, there was blood in my mouth, but I was thinking, well, actually, I kind of feel okay. I can move my jaw. I can blink my eyes. I peeped through my eyes and I went, I think I can see. Okay, well, anyway, it grazed my skull here, and it basically the point of the scythe kind of scraped along my upper jaw here above my teeth, just under my cheekbone here, right? If the scythe point had been 3 inches or 2 inches up higher, I would have lost my eye. If the scythe point had been a couple of centimetres that way, it would have brained me up my nose. If the scythe point had been a couple of inches that way, I would have got a slice across my cheek. I probably would have cut my ear in half. If the scythe point had been, I don't know, how's that, like 4 inches this way, it would have been curtains, mate. I would have been dead, possibly bled to death. It could have got my jugular. So I'm alive. I cannot tell you how wonderful it was actually to lie there recovering from this injury. I'm welling up a bit thinking about it. It's like I got spared. I got spared. Someone or something was intervening to make sure that I didn't die, because I've got some really important work to do. I've got some really, really important work to do. I didn't mean to get emotional then, please forgive me. You know, we're all going to die. We're all going to die, right? You're going to die. I'm going to die. You're going to die. We're all going to die, right? You've got to make sure you have a really good time before you go, okay? And the way to do that is to really own it, to be sovereign. Wear the crown, right? Be sovereign. You own your life. You choose where you put your attention. You choose what goes in your mouth. You choose who you talk to. You choose where you spread your love. You know, my dad had said to me, Emma, there'll be some people who love you dearly. There'll be some people who couldn't give a monkeys, and there'll be some people who don't like you one little bit, right? And it's like, okay, so I'm going to hang out with the ones who like me. And the rest of them can do what they like. And so, you know, and so it harm none. You know, go forth and be happy, as it were. Anyway, you've got to take your health seriously. And the firmest foundation you can get for good health is by choosing nutrient-dense foods from animal products, from the non-industrial model. But if the industrialised model is all you can get hold of, I tell you what, some supermarket chicken is a darn sight better than a sliced loaf, which is all of these plants that we've been 5 a day, eat your 5 a day, and eat your grains, you know, which is the bottom of the food pyramid that the so-called authorities tell us is the way to be healthy. It's got grains at the bottom of the food pyramid. Death by food pyramid, people. It's a pyramid. Let that be a little, you know, clue for you. You know, all of that bread has got microdoses of glyphosate, pesticides, herbicides in it. You don't want that in your system, believe me. But it's really hard to get off it because it's like a drug, okay? So I know what it's like because I've been there, and I have brought my children up this way. So I know what it's like trying to not give a toddler rice cakes, not give a child, you know, the Easter eggs, you know, the sweeties, the whatever. And now my kids have no fillings. I feel it's such a success. I'm like, yes, I've got a 15-year-old and a 90-year-old with no fillings in their mouth. And they come in and make liver pate if they're hungry, and make soup. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, take it seriously. Spread the word. If you know anyone who's got any chronic ailments and really can't function properly, point them towards GAPS. Point them towards Timeless Cookery. Help them to help themselves to cook up a good soup. Make some garlic bread the GAPS way. And survive and thrive these troubled times. I love you so, and happy May time to you. This is such a wonderful burgeoning time of year, blossoming, and it's all beautiful. And I just want you to all be happy, healthy and well, and sending you lots of love. Okay, be sovereign, choose. Bye.